Hello and welcome, really glad you could join me. Today it's going to be about abs. So when I talk about abs, I'm talking about my trans abs, my zip and hollow on, which is going to stabilise my hip area. I'm also going to talk about the erectus abs, the ones that get us to bend forward and stabilise us as well. And also the ones with the obliques. So my obliques, which do my turning to the side, and that squeeze to the side, and being able to turn independently of where my hips are. So they'll all be worked out today. I'm going to need obviously a mat. It's all going to be mat work today, and I'm going to use a 5 weight and a 2.5 weight. So grab your weights, bring them on down, bottle of water as well, enough room to move about in, and we'll start with a warm up, which is just going to be a bending forward and backwards just to mobilise that lower back. Are we ready to go? We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're down. And then I come back, but not all the way. Lovely, good. Come back, just a little bit of a push forward with my hips. So I've already got my zip and hollow going on. Lovely, good. And one more, lovely. To the front. I'm just going to do a little walk out here. Just using the arms as well. Already a bit of tension on my abs at the front. My shoulders back and down. So again, I'm using my obliques already, just a little tighten off, rib cage down and in. Lovely, good. So on the down and in with the rib cage, I'm going to get that turn. Now I'm going to over to the side, a little bend over to the side. Now you notice that my hips have stayed steady. Lovely, good. Out and cross. Lovely, now go another 4. Then to the side, little side bend. Really getting those obliques to work for me, getting it down. Lovely, good. I'm going to do a step touch. Out and back. And I'm putting my lats down, putting my shoulder blades down at the back. Getting those elbows back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rib cage down and in. Arms just coming back. Give me that squeeze. Lovely, good. Now you can just walk through the feet, just open and close those ankles. Knees just come to the front. 4, 3, 2, 1. Little reach up and over. Stay low on the legs. Not quite coming over my head, but I'm getting that shoulder blade to pull back down and in. And I'm just looking at my arm as it goes across my body. 4, 3, 2, 1. I stay out here and I roll my hips. Then back the other way. Good, so my top half stays pretty much steady. It's just about my hips on this one. Lovely, good. Then my arms. With that rib cage coming up. Here you notice that my hips are steady. Now the other way. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, good. Just give it a little shake off. And we're ready to get onto the floor. 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. My first one I'm going to be lying on my back, and I'm going to be bringing my 2.5s with me. So, set 2.5s here. I'm coming back down. I'm going to have tabletop here, out with my arms, in with my legs, without lifting through. So it's my long erectus abs are the ones that I'm going to be using first. Okay, are we ready? Lying on our backs. I'm about to put that timer on. We're about to go in 5. Lovely. Arms come out. I hold them, hover them there. Curls in. Lovely, good. Over the head. They're just out. Head just lying on the floor. They're relaxed on the back of your neck. Try to take that coccyx off the floor each time. Try not to open your knees. Keep your knees closed. Lovely, good. And I've got that pec work going on as well. Contracting through those long erectus abs. Lovely, good. Feet go back onto the floor. Out a little bit further, my knees stay bent, my head comes up. I'm going to do a little sit up from here. And the weight's just going to be here, not over my head, not helping me do that sit up. If it feels too much, you can hold behind your head instead. And I'm just going to do a little sit up. Rolling. So it's quite intense now. Still the same set of abs. Lovely, good. Get me that up and back down. My zip and hollow on the whole time. Good. Pecs still working for me to keep those weights together. There's still work to be done there. Lovely, good. Back in. Ready to go for my next one, the tabletop here. And again, my arms come down. When they've got that gap, I'm going to fill it with my knees. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Out, squeeze in. Again, those long abs. Now begin to feel it. Feel that pec work. You can always pick up a heavier set of weights if you wish. Up to you. Lovely, good. Not opening up behind my knees. I keep my knees closed. And then get my long abs to work for me. Three, 2, 1. Well done. Here. So again, they just travel on my chest. My head's always up. Don't let your head go back to the floor. Feet just a little bit further out. Not right underneath my knees. My head's up. I'm ready to go. I do like a little curl up. Now, if you feel you're not ready to do it like this yet, remember what I said, hands behind your head. Just do me a little curl sit up. But I'm trying to take my shoulders off the floor, my shoulder blades. So I end up coming up to about that 2 position. If it was 1, 2, 3, 4 to sit all the way up, I want to get to about 2. So those long abs really working for me. Lovely. Head forward the whole time. Don't let your head go back. Remember that chin and chest relationship. I don't open it as I go down. Lovely, good. Are we ready for our third set? You can just rest those arms over the legs if you want to. Give your hip flexor a little bit of a rest as well. And I'll get ready to go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Out with the arms, in with the knees. Lovely, good. Get them curling in. Try and make that a really nice, smooth action. Get that coccyx off the floor. Try not to open at the knee. Try not to use momentum from the legs. Just getting that curl in. Lovely, good. Legs just a little bit further out. My third section out of 4. So really going for that ab blast. Really getting those erectus long muscles through the front to work for us. Just one aspect of our abs though. It's not all about sit-ups. Lovely, good. Up. Just about to finish your 3 out of 4, then I've got one more set with that curl in and then the roll up. Head always forward, do not let your head go back. Lovely, good. Just add to that ache at the back of the neck. Lovely, good. I'm ready to go again on my 4th and final circuit on this bed. Lovely, good. So my zip and hollow is on, even though my hips are safely on the floor. Out with those arms, in with the knees. Lovely, good. That curl in each time. Lovely, good. We're feeling it on that pecs as well. Good work. Ready for your fourth and final set on this one. I'm just on my heels here, my feet are a little bit further out, but my knees are still definitely bent. I get up ready to go with my head coming off the floor. Lovely, good. It stays off the floor as I do that little curl up. I don't let that momentum of weight curl me up. Remember, it just comes with me. Make those curls, each one a good one. Lovely, good. Squeeze on those abs. As I go down, my ribcage stays down and in. My shoulders just hit the floor. My head is forward the whole time. Last few seconds now of this last round. 3, 2, 1, and good work, well done. I'm changing that set of smaller weights for my bigger weight. Now this one is stabilisation through my core and then a little bit on my obliques. My first one is going to be over my head here, so my ribcage is down and in. If you feel this is too much for you, when my legs start to get into that drop, you can just put your hands down by the side. Forget, this is just an extra challenge over my head here. I'm not lifting that weight. It's about keeping my ribcage down and in while my legs are doing either a little half drop here out from your hips, or if you can, a single leg drop, long leg drop. Lovely, good. And again, it depends about how far you can get down, and it's all about stabilisation through the hips using my trans abs. My zip and hollow is on. Okay, so grab water if you need it, or we're ready to go. Another few seconds. I'm getting into that rib cage down and in, belly button pulled in. Again, long legs or half a leg. So again, I can choose whether to open at the knee or not, so I'm going to just keep it there. Straightish leg. Lovely, good. Now think about your lower back. Really think about your zip and hollow being on. There should be no tension really on that lower back. All the tension should be at the front. We shouldn't feel that our back is arching at all. It's just got that natural little curve just below your waist there. Otherwise it's flat. Lovely, good. I'm going to let that weight down and I just use my own body weight. Leg over. I'm going to come up and it's going to be this foot either on the floor or off the floor to do me oblique. One hand behind your head, elbow nice and open. Lovely, good. So when I do come up, do make sure that it is not the elbow leading the action, it's the shoulder. Lovely, good. Squeeze it over. My head is rested in that hand. That other foot can be off the floor or on the floor, up to you. Just a little bit harder if it's off the floor, because I can't have that push through to get me up. Lovely, good. Ready for our second set. I've just got that weight. Elbows are slightly bent. My rib cage down and in. My belly button pulled in. My zip and hollow on. So all those stabilisation abs are working for me. and I get that leg drop. Lovely, good. I'm in control of that straight leg drop. Remember, it can be here, half a leg. If you're fairly new to that exercise and you want to keep it low, it's there. Otherwise, straight leg, depending on how far you want to go down with that. Good work, well done. Onto the floor with that weight. Same side that I did before, just on my second set now. Hand is up, hand is out. Remember, elbow out. Do not let it come across your face. Make each one a good one. So when I'm bringing my left elbow up to my right knee, well, that can be off the floor as well, up to my right knee, what you're feeling here is that it's on your right oblique at the front. It's getting to that turn. Lovely, good, give that squeeze. Obliques at the front. Lovely, good. Halfway through this next circuit, I'm holding on to that weight. My rib cage down and in, belly button, zip and hollow on. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Just getting that drop each time. Give me that drop each time, straight leg. Think about that zip and hollow, hip to hip. Hold in there. Lovely, good. That weight goes down. This time it's the other leg, across, other elbow. Again, my head's up, ready to go. So again, that other foot can be on the floor. You can take it off the floor, up to you. I'm going to take it off and then squeeze over. Good, give me that squeeze each time. Really feeling it now on my left oblique. I'm not letting that elbow lead. Good work, well done. Down, reaching over for that weight. And whilst my arms are over my head, rib cage down and in. All those tension on those abs at the front, which is secure my back to the floor. Lovely, good. Just getting me that drop. Good work, well done. That weight goes down. Again, second time on this leg, on the second leg. Head comes up, hand goes behind my head, my elbow is nice and open, then my foot's on the floor or off the floor, and the other arm is just out of the way. Putting two hands behind your head sometimes just limits you on how much turn you can get. And I'm getting as much turn as I can to really get that shoulder off the floor. Lovely, good. Get me that squeeze up. And how we're doing on that, feeling it on those abs, those oblique abs, across my body. Lovely, good. And we have finished that circuit. Lovely, our second circuit. This time we're going to come onto our sides. That's going to be the side bridge. Okay, looking forward first. I'm going to take one of those weights with me, the 2.5. Lovely. I'm on my side with that weight. So side bridges. Elbow underneath my shoulder, my knee stacked, my hips stacked. I don't roll back on my hips. When I come up, I do not move that shoulder around. So it's not throw your hips, twist and turn. It's a proper lift. And then what I'm going to get is a lift and a lift. Then come back down. Good, so you can go heavy or light on that. Lift, hold your bridge whilst it comes up. Lovely, good. So you can do it without the weight if you want to. And we will start going. Lovely, nice and straight. Don't let that bottom come out. And down, up. Good, lift and hold that lift. Feel it in that under obliques. Good, up, getting that squeeze. Good, that lift. I'm staying with that 45 seconds, so do pace yourself. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. My knees come to the front. And I'm going to sit back on my hips a little bit like that there. So I've got that bottom arm behind my head, and it's been my obliques on this side working for me. My heels are already around. I do my sit up by balancing on one one shoulder and one hip. Lovely, good. So we give me that squeeze right over my obliques to the front, a little bit on my back oblique as well there. Get that lift. Good. I'm about to swap it when I go back to my side plank for my under oblique stabilization, and then obliques on this top side, going to do the contraction. There, just get me that touch to that little toe there. Good work, well done. Okay, here. With that weight, nice and straight to start with. That shoulder does not move around. I lift, I squeeze, come back down. Lovely, good. Especially on the second set, you already start to feel that tension underneath there. Keep that shoulder nice and strong, but don't let it move around. Keep it nice and stable. As I get that lift, that weight is going through that front, top front there, through that shoulder, and get that lift. Lovely, good. Coming down to single figures now. Before I lie down and swap my obliques for my contracting obliques on my top half. Lovely, good, here we go. Knees to the front there, then I come back. I am already balancing on one hip, one shoulder, so keep your zip and hollow on. If your back is off the floor, then it lets me do the squeeze up. taking that lower shoulder off the floor. Good, give me that squeeze. Just touching that little toe, keeping my heels twisted around to the side, so my obliques are already working for me. So feel it almost twice on your obliques. One to get your heels across to that side, and the other one to get you in your sit up. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. In this 15 seconds, I'm coming up to turn onto the other side. Brought my weight with me. Shoulder underneath. Shoulder and elbow in line. I'm in line. Coming up. Give me that lift. And down. Lovely, good. So that push from underneath. And I can really feel a little bit of work has gone on there, because remember I've done that squeeze already on that side. Lovely, good. Up. Good, keep it strong, keep your sip and hollow on. Hip to hip. Get me that lift. Good work, well done. I'm on my side. Balancing on one hip, one shoulder. My hand is underneath. My heels have scooted around, so I already know my obliques working here at the front. And then I get the ones over the side to come up. I'm just touching that little toe on my trainers there. Keep your zip and hollow on. Feel balanced on that one shoulder, one hip, so I'm just on one side, and then I'm trying to take that lower shoulder off the floor. Lovely, good, give me that squeeze. Give me that squeeze right over that obliques, front and back of waist. On that top side. Good work, well done. I'm up. I'm going to do my side again. So second set. Second time on this side. Good work, well done. Nice and straight. Go up. Lovely, good. So feeling that on those obliques. Not only do you need the twisting to be worked on, but also that stabilisation. Remember, we're working with the body that we've got. Lovely, good. So lift and lift. That push up through the outside of that leg, through that hip. My under obliques there. The underside stabilising me. Enough to get that lift nice and strong. Lovely, good. 15 seconds left. Well done. Then back down, onto your back. Lunge is lying back down. Lower hand behind my head. My heels already scooted round, so it's like almost like a hip hitch on this side. I can feel that obliques working for me. And then I come up and just touching. There we go, just touching up for that toe each time. Have a good squeeze. And well done, lovely, good. Okay, we are moving on into our next circuit. So it's the final circuit on 45-15, and I've got this heavier weight. Now you can put a weight behind each knee if you want to keep it lighter. What I'm going to do is it's got that one heavy weight, and it's going to be between my knees here. My hands are going to be out to the side, my head's going to be on the floor. So again, I'm going to keep my shoulders on the floor, I'm dropping it out to the side, then that weight in those knees are going to come in to my chest and then drop back into the middle before I do the other side. Do remember each time to get that curl in of the knees. Right, are we ready to go? We're moving that on now quite fast, our last circuit. Out with the arms. Lovely, good. Out. And squeeze in. Now, especially when your knees are out, think about those shoulders. They're both on the floor. So I know I definitely have to use my obliques here to get that in. Lovely, good. So one heavy weight. Using inside thigh slightly to get that squeeze in. Lovely, good. Out. Curl it in. Lovely, good. I'm taking that weight out, I'm just pulling it by the side. My legs go longer and they go into slight frog shape there. And I'm going to come and sit up. Now my head's forward already, my arms are forward. I'm going to roll all the way up, then all the way down. Lovely, good. So again, really feel you can get that roll. If you feel that's impossible to get all the way up, then do me a sit up from there. I'm trying to keep my heels on the floor and really get that roll. So part of it is contraction, part of it is stabilisation. Lovely, good. Just getting that lift each time, curl through before I go back to those obliques. Good work, well done. One behind each leg or a double one in the middle. Hands out at the side, shoulders on the floor. Sip and hollow on, my knees are over my hips, and then they drop out to one side. They drop out until they can go no further, then I curl them in. Then I'm back with my back fully on the floor. Good, so getting that twist through the waist, so really keep that sip and hollow on. Lovely, good, and squeeze it in. Now my next roll up, I'm going to do with the weight as well. Again, it's optional. You can have your arms forward, like I just had before, or you can have your legs down in that frog position, but you have got your hands behind your head if you feel you're not going to come off the floor completely. As your abs get stronger, you will be able to do it. 3, 2, 1, well done. Okay, so here, just legs out, slight frog position there, or a butterfly position, whichever one you want to call it. Here, head is up. I have to come all the way up, I have to sit up very tall before I get that lift up. Good, so it's the same exercise as before, I'm not putting the weight over my head. Just tempts you to use, instead using your momentum to get up. Lovely, good. Remember, this is our last round. Lovely, good, and I'm halfway through. We are almost there. Give me that curl up. Remember that stabilisation as you get that lift above your head. Rib cage down and in, belly button in. Lovely, good. Good work, well done. Back onto the floor. That weight in between my knees. Halfway through my last circuit. Hands on the floor. Rib cage down and in. Belly button in. And out to the side. Then curl it in. Lovely, good. Out to the side. Curl it in. I'm keeping both shoulders on the floor. Really keep your zip and hollow on, because at this point, at some point there, your hips have turned and your lower back is off the floor. So get really used to keeping that zip and hollow on the whole time. Lovely, good. Just get into good habits. And good work, well done. Out with the legs, butterfly position. My head will get up and ready to go. So it's here, so my long abs will really begin to work for me. And remember, if you don't want to do it with the weights, you do it without the weight, or you can do it with your hands behind your head. Lovely, good. So choose the one that challenges you the most. I've only got 2 other rounds after this and then we're done. 2 more exercises. You're on your last interval now. And as I come up, I'm really sitting on my bottom bones here. Lower back is straight. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Last time I'm doing this exercise, this session. Out, at the side, shoulders back and down, my knees over my hips. My zip and hollow on already, even though my hips are on the floor. So I'm about to twist that lower half. Out. Squeeze it in. Lovely, good. Dropping it. Bring it in. Lovely, good. Out. Really feel that zip and hollow, in control the whole time. Those obliques, so my right oblique bringing my knees up from the left and the opposite is true on the other side. Good work. Are we ready to do our last one now? Heads up, ready to go. My feet are out, my knees are always bent on this. Do not let your legs go straight from this lying down position. Lovely. I'm going to do that roll off as I get to the top there. Arms come up. Good, so there is work here on my abs as well, to get me nice and straight, keep that good position, sitting right on the bottom bones, and then get that lift. Get that roll, so I'm in control on the way up and on the way down. Good job, well done. Last few now. You're about to come down into single figures on your last bit of your last interval. Lovely, good. Keep it strong. And good work, well done. This is where you're coming off the timer. Lovely, good. And we can stay lying down for our first stretch out, which is going to be a full body stretch out with my rib cage coming up and out. And I have got that big arch underneath my back at this point, because my rib cage is up and out. Lovely, good. Keeping that stretch for me. Just going to turn that off. Lovely, good. So we can concentrate. Rib cage up and out. Now I'm going to use my abs to pull my rib cage down. Just the tops of my arms come off the floor, and so do the tops of my legs. I've just changed the angle of my spine. It's now straight through. So again, I'm going to reach up and get that stretch between the shoulder blades. I'm really pushing my palms up towards the ceiling. And then they're going to come down. Lovely, good. Okay, well done. I'm just going to bring one leg up, the other leg up, and then I'm just going to look at that leg, bring that leg down. You're going to come up, and I'm going to come over onto my front, just to give a stretch out to my lower back. I'm going to be here. I'm going to do that zip and hollow. So again, I'm on all fours with my hands underneath my shoulders and my knees underneath my hips. Give me that zip and tip. And that should feel good on that lower back to get that little stretch out. It's had that tension on it. And then back down. Drop down to that cow position. Elbows go back. weight goes back slightly, bottom goes back, but tips up. And then I do that again, zip in the hollow, come up. Get that stretch between the shoulder blades, down over the lower back. Come back into neutral, drop your, between the shoulder blades just slightly, drop your weight back and push your bottom up. Lovely, good. Coming up, I'm just going to tuck my toes under, and then I'm just going to, into my little bunny hop there, back on my heels, let your head hang, let your shoulders hang, and then slowly unroll. Remember your zip and hollow on, while you get that roll over your lower back, and then you come up. Lovely, good. And then, like I started, I'm going to get that roll around. Just getting that mobility back into the lower hips. Lovely, good. And then around to the other side. Feel a little bit maybe on the inside thigh, depending on how stiff we are there. Lovely, good. I'm going to stay in this position. I'm just going to drop my knees slightly, and I'm going to reach out and then up. To really get that stretch going on. Right over the rib cage, up and out. Lovely, good. And then on the other side, just drop to the side first, then reach out. And see, notice I've put a flap of palm out, which will just give an extra little dimension to that stretch. Lovely, good. Okay, back into the middle. I'm going to do that drop forward, drop back like we did in the beginning. Again, for my lower back. And then I'm just going to drop down. So feel it on the legs. I've dropped from my hips. And then I'm going to come up. And then back. And just really feel that you drop your shoulders back as well. So you get that little stretch out on the rib cage at the front. And then I'm coming back down again. Then come and drop back. That's it, really feel that you've got control of that lower back. My zip and hollow is on, but I'm getting that stretch out. Lovely, good. I'm just coming down to the floor just so you can see what's happening with my top half. I've got my bottom half glued to the floor in that kneeling position. And then I'm getting that roll. My rib cage comes up one side, then comes up the other. Just getting that roll around and then the other way. One side and the other. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, just open out. I'm just going to get that little turn to the side. And then a turn to the other side. So my knees are on the floor. So again, a little bit more of like a hip flexor stretch as well. I'm going to turn it back again. I've got my hands on my lower back, just supporting that weight going back and turning. Lovely, good. I'm coming off the floor. I'm just going to open out those arms. 4, 3, 2, 1. Give my little shake off, and very well done. So all that mat work really works hard because again you can get that stabilization going on, you can get that contraction going on. It can be through your rectus abs, it can be through your obliques, front and back will be working for you as well, and your trans abs always on, I hope. So I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed teaching it to you, and I'll see you again next time. Okay, bye bye for now.